Hey, welcome back, y'all. Uh, as we all know, Odell Beckham Jr. ended uh, his his reign over there in Cleveland. They released him or put him on waivers and whatnot. Nobody claimed him. He becomes a free agent and whatnot. So that whole project went went up in smoke. Though the Odell Beckham Jr. saga continues. Seems like every year since 2017, right? There's always something going on with OBJ. OBJ is a talented wideout. I've said this several times. I've actually spoke upon this on a few my older shows back kind of when I first started and whatnot. Talented wideout. That goes without saying. When he's on the field and utilized, he is the type of player that he has to get that ball early and often, or that Joker will lose interest and he will become disgruntled for sure. Which brings me to why did the Browns even get this guy if they wasn't going to use him? I didn't see them utilize him. The only other time I could really sit up there and honestly say that they used him a certain way was when he played Dallas and he just put on like a one-man show, right? And he did something that's similar to when he was pouting over there with the Giants and they was playing Carolina. I think they would end up losing, but he threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown. They put the ball in his hands, right? At least put the ball in his hands, right? But and so, which brings me to why did the Browns Lincoln even get him? OBJ has played in just 13 games while recording 40 catches for 551 yards and 3 touchdowns. Beckham didn't score a touchdown in the 6 games for the Browns this season, right? OBJ, a 3-time Pro Bowler, 2014, 15, 16, second team All-Pro, 15 and 16, AP NFL Rookie of the Year, and PFWA Rookie of the Year. That seems like a lifetime ago, man. I'm telling you, that seems like that was like forever. That seemed like that was forever. Like that happened so long ago. That one-handed catch with the Cowboys, which propelled him into the spotlight, and up-and-coming receiver. If we're gonna be honest about this, OBJ hasn't been the same since the 2016 season, in my opinion, which was his second best season, and by this time he was easily one of the top 5 receivers in the league, easily. But all that has changed since then. Let's be honest. OBJ has been hit with the injury bug the last few years, starting with the 2017 season. He missed 12 games that year. Missed 4 games in 2018. Missed nine games in 2020. And he has missed a few games this year. OBJ has almost missed close to 25, 27 games. Almost 30 games. You're talking about someone, when you break down the numbers of it and how many games are in that of a season, which is 17 now, but normally 16, 13. You're talking about that is equivalent to missing 2 years of football when you look at it, the amount of games missed. So now OBJ, let's face it, forced his way out of Cleveland with the help of senior LeBron James, which I don't know what he got too much to do with anything when it comes to that. And anytime when your father starts getting involved in your personal affairs and you're a 29-year-old man, that's an issue going on. That's far as I'm concerned. The Giants paid him, and they still got rid of him. Like I said was going to happen. If you go back and check it out, I said OBJ was going to get traded. I knew he was going to get traded. No, after they paid him, he's going to play another year, and I said they don't get rid of him because he's going to be a problem because there was nobody over there that he respected. Eli Manning was done after the 2016 season. Face it. Eli's always been a streaky quarterback. And he wasn't giving OBJ that. They were losing. They had the little 11-5 season. That was it. Second, he gets the alligator arms in Green Bay and they lose. That's that. That was it. He has to be around playmakers. He has to be around a coach that's going to get him the ball. He would have to be around a team, something like that of the Kansas City Chiefs. To just be perfectly honest, a team like that. I'm not saying the Chiefs, but I'm saying a team like that. They use Tyreek Hill the same way. That's the type of guy. That's the type of receiver that he needs to be. That's the type of receiver he really is. If given the opportunity. I don't know what went on with him and Baker. I think some personal stuff, man. It's something went on there. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem right that you got somebody of that talent and you don't target him. Something's going on there, man. I think something went on somewhere, man. I ain't gonna say, but I just think something went on somewhere and somebody didn't like that and be like, I'll show you this, that, and the other. I don't know, man. But that's a no-brainer. So you would think. So now OBJ is looking for his third team, hopefully a contender that are winning. They say it's about 9 teams, or so that are really considering. It's always a bunch of teams considering it, but you want to go somewhere and win. It's not even, at this particular time, it's not even about the bread no more. You got the bread. You ain't winning, though. I told you guys all the time, all money ain't good money. Just like Le'Veon Bell, what happened with him messing around with them Jets. I mean, I understand. Get your money. But, but playing in Siberia, that just ain't going to help matters out none. The front runner is supposed to be the Seahawks, but we will see what happens with that. Wilson was trying to get Antonio Brown last year, but the Hawks didn't want that headache. But OBJ there with the Hawks would be interesting, considering you have Metcalf and Lockett there. Would there be enough balls to go around? But I'm like, in a situation like that might could work. And whatnot. That might could work. I think at this time in his career, he does need to be around a franchise quarterback that has won. Some say, well, he was around Eli, but Eli was, like I said, is on the decline. And after 2016 season, in my opinion. If OBJ is going to try and salvage his career at 29, he better start by doing that now. I still can't believe it's been since 2014 when he burst upon the scene. He still has a chance to try and make a nice 3-year run to get a couple of Pro Bowls, a couple of All-Pro nods, 1,200 yards, with about 10 touchdown seasons, and a few good playoff and a few good playoff games. He has only played in one playoff game since he's been in the league. The problem isn't the talent. The problem is a problem is going to happen. For example, just like with Cam. Cam isn't a problem child. He's not like them other guys, nothing like that. But Cam is a polarizing figure. When you have a young quarterback, those teams don't want to deal with that. Like, in my opinion, Belichick was looking at Cam the moment and he got and looking for a Cam moment, and he got it. And that which, Cam didn't want to do the hokey pokey. And that opened the door for Jones to be the starter this year instead of next year. Cam would have been perfect with the way they're playing now because, not a lot of throwing, some good running. He's going to throw in some running himself and whatnot. And they're playing good defense and they shorten the field. That's Cam's football. Cam would be a perfect fit. I've been saying for years, perfect fit with the Titans. Way better. I know than Tannehill, but Cam's a polarizing figure. And when you're polarizing, you suck all the energy out of the damn room. It's just like every attention's on you and you're going to make it about you and whatnot. And when you have young quarterbacks, you don't want that. And some coaches don't want that type of figure in their locker room. I think he still be doing pretty damn good at Carolina based on what Carolina has done since Cam has left. But that's another story. I think that maybe it's over for Cam. I just don't see no team picking him up this year. Might slide him, hit him up next year, but I just don't see that doing them. They want to try to humble him. He just come off the bench. But who knows? But now OBJ is that same type of thing, but not so much polarizing, but a problem. It's always going to be something's going to come up where it's like he's going to throw a temper tantrum. And teams, and like I said, OBJ has an outburst. He does have a tendency to pout when things are not going his way. And he has been hurt. That's something that seems like nobody seems like he's still talented. I said, this cat has almost missed 2 years worth of football. Let's not forget that. I would like to see OBJ get another try with the team with good coaching and get him the ball and let him make some plays. Harsh reality about the NFL is when you're labeled a problem, that follows you around like bad odor. OBJ is a generational talent, but for the moment, looks like he doesn't. If he doesn't get something going on for the rest of the year and next year, he would be just a footnote of the guy that made that 2-finger catch with the blonde hand tats all over his body that never became what he was supposed to become. And I told you guys, go back. And I asked the question, is Odell Beckham Jr. John Jefferson 2.0? And for you football heads, guys that's my age or older, you know exactly what I'm talking about and whatnot. And that's where OBJ has that his career is doing just almost what his is doing. The only difference with that of John Jefferson is that John Jefferson actually was on a team for a 3-year run that actually won their division 3 years in a row and was going to playoff games and was known as and is probably known as one of the top offenses in the NFL history, top 10 probably, right? That's what John Denver would kind of have because Odell has never really been on winning squads, right? But he's a footnote. You have to be a Chargers fan and a hardcore football fan to know exactly what I'm talking about. For someone who Hall of Fame talent, John Jefferson had all that. The trajectory was through the roof. Wanted money, this, that, and the other. Got his way out. The rest is history. Never duplicated anything he did over in San Diego, ever. And so far, OBJ has not duplicated anything he did in his first 3 years, in his first couple of so years in the league. Has not done it. And it's kind of sad to see, but that's where we are right now. So it's going to be, so like I said, hope the brother don't become a footnote. Get it together and we see what happens, man. I tell you guys all the time, there's no greatest of all, there's no GOAT, there's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. And I tell you guys all the time, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. We'll catch up with you guys later. Y'all have a good one. And I'll be back to marry. Peace.